What's up, y'all? We are not in the studio, but this is the Fryer place where the conversations are fire. Yeah, yeah. We're away from the studio right now. Just we're on our mobile setup, but I did not want to go this day, this Friday, without coming on live and talking to you in this festive time of the year, time of Thanksgiving. Just wanted to share with you some thoughts on my side and get some thoughts from your side about what you're thankful for in 2024 during Thanksgiving. I know it's the day after. It's Black Friday. Please, I hope you didn't have to go to any stores today because I had to go to a store and it was absolutely as a matter of fact, it was Best Buy. I went to Best Buy today and it was crazy, absolutely crazy. So hopefully you didn't have to go to any stores today to pick up anything that you ordered on Black Friday or you bought for Black Friday, so you have to fight the crowds. But y'all come on in the room. I see there's a few of you who are watching right now. Say who you are. Put your name in the comments. Oh, I see it's got some words that I'm saying is coming up on the screen on Facebook. That's pretty cool. Anyway, before we keep going, before I share today, let's pay some bills. All right.
Are you planning a special trip or a night out? Don't bother with the hassle of driving, parking, and traffic. Just call Ed's Smooth Transport. One-way or round trips available. We will take you there, and we will also pick you up. Enjoy a night on the town with Ed's Smooth Transport. Call us 609-471-2653 or 609-314-6619. Visit our website to take advantage of our monthly specials at www.smooftransport.com. Ed Smooth Transport, where experience meets comfort.
In Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, there's a slightly slower pace of living. That's also where you'll find the home of Stoltz Fish Structures, where quality, integrity, and world-class customer service are more than just a way to do business. It's a way of life. From our humble beginning over 40 years ago in a small building to the modern 65,000 square foot facility of today, we've remained at the forefront of our industry. Everything from gazebos and sheds to garages and pergolas, and everything in between.
All right. We are back. Um, Listen, I want to share this with you about next week. So next week is the first Friday, first Saturday of the month. It'll be December. So next Saturday, we'll be at live at the Cigar Code in Philadelphia, 939 North Delaware Avenue. If you're around, if you're in the area, if you're available, come on by. My guest will be none other than my former teammate, offensive tackle, Trey Thomas. Trey is a great guy. Trey is he's well known in the area. He's got some great stories, he's well spoken. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Trey is a guy who's very knowledgeable about the game and can articulate uh, and paint the picture that's necessary to get his point across. So we want to have a good time next week. We're going to have a good time next week. So if you're in town, if you're close by, 939 North Delaware Avenue, Saturday, December 7th at the Cigar Code in Philadelphia, Friar Place. We'll be there live because that's where the conversations are fire at the fireplace. So tell your friends, tell your family, y'all come on in the room. I see there's a bunch of you who are watching right now. Please let me know whether or not you can hear me. I don't see any comments. So please help me out. I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm not using my mics in the studio. I'm kind of using my the mics on these AirPods from Apple. So if you can hear me, please acknowledge. So let me know that you can hear me. Maybe you can't hear me and I need to shut this down. Okay, Scott Teller, thank you. Thank you. I have some people who are trying to make sure you help a brother out. Thank you, Scott. Can you hear me clearly? I did a test earlier where I went on Facebook and I made it private, and I seem to be able to hear myself very clearly. So let me know as to whether or not you can hear me clearly or not, or I need to turn my mic up, so on and so forth. But here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. Here's why I'm on today. That's why I made sure I brought my equipment with me so that I didn't wait a couple of days after Thanksgiving. Keenan, I see you. I see you, brother. Sounding good, Dr. Fryer. I love you, bro. Love you. Listen, here's what I want to hear from you. This is your show. This is another one of the Fryer places where I'm going to interact with those of you who are supportive, those of you who have subscribed, those of you who continue to follow the Fryer Place and interact with us on a weekly basis. So yesterday was Thanksgiving. We know family, friends, it's all about that, a time that we ought to be thankful, a time that we really focus on being thankful. We should be thankful all the time. When I've been down, actually I'm down here and down south, and some of these southern homes, I should say, man, I look at where people live sometimes and I'm like, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Not that they're not okay. I guess they are okay. But man, I'm thankful for where I am. I used to live in a real big old house, and I don't live in a big house anymore. Um, and there have been times where, I felt some kind of way about that. I felt some kind of way about that. But I live in adequate housing, got a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on my table. When you see less than that happening, man, that you should be grateful. You should be thankful. So we should be thankful all the time. Yeah, you're right, Keenan. Nothing compares to the home studio. This is the mobile studio, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Got the big TV behind me, so you can see the fireplace on YouTube. I was going to put it on live and have myself interacting with myself and you watching it on the TV behind me, but with movement behind me, that would distract you from me. So I just put it on the page, the homepage, fireplace on YouTube, and left it there. Plus, it keeps the screen from being too bright and making it dark behind me. The camera will not focus on me, but it'll focus on the light or dim up because there's so much light. So then you won't be able to see me as well. But anyway, so here's what I want to know. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? Obviously, we're thankful. Like I said, we should be thankful on a daily basis for our needs, our fundamental needs. Clothing, housing, transportation, food, hot water, things like that. We ought to be thankful for. It's things like that sometimes, because they're fundamental, because it's like for some of us, it's automatic. When we get up in the morning, we turn the faucet on. It may take a second, but hot water is on the way. And we expect that. When we go to the closet, we open the closet. There's clothes in the closet, clean clothes in the closet. And we can choose, from several different outfits, more, some of us more than others in terms of outfits. We have shoes that we choose from. Listen, some of us have a plethora of shoes. So those things that seem normal to us, sometimes we can take it for granted. Uh, and we need to be mindful of the fact that God said that He would supply all of our needs, not necessarily taking care of us in that way in abundance, although He does go over and above for us. His grace and His mercy is abundant in our lives. So He does work in abundance for us, with us, and granting that stuff to us. But other than that, other than your fundamental basic needs that we sometimes take for granted. I mean, we're thankful for it in our prayers on Thanksgiving Day, but on a daily basis, we sometimes forget to be thankful for those things. But what else? What else are you thankful for? I'm thankful for my family, health, my career. Say my and Jerry Jones, boy, Scott Teller, you are funny. He said, I'm thankful for, let me move this over so everybody can see it. I'm thankful for my family. You started out good. That's great. my health, that's great. We don't want to take that for granted either. My career, that's another thing. But come on, Saquon Barkley and Jerry Jones. So you're saying you're thankful that Jerry Jones is an idiot. Is that what you're saying? You're thankful for Saquon Barkley, the fact that he is tremendously outdoing anything that he's ever done thus far in the NFL and outdoing every other running back in the league, except for, the guy we're going to see in a couple of days, Derrick Henry, who's right behind him in yardage, right, actually scored more touchdowns than Saquon. And I think Saquon is averaging 6.1 yards per carry right now, and King Henry's averaging 6.0 yards per carry. So this is going to be, and I don't want to get into the game. It's going to be a test to see which duo can persevere, which duo can perform the best, which duo can triumph. That's quarterback and running back, Lamar Jackson and King Henry, Derrick Henry, and then we have Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. It's going to be a duel of the duos. Woo, I like that. The duel of the duos, quarterbacks, running backs. And we don't seem to be, I don't want to get into that. Okay. You get me off track, Scott, talking about football. So whoever else is on right now, there's others that are on right now. You have not said hi. You have not acknowledged yourself. Say something so that I know you're here. All right. You don't have to necessarily answer my question, but here's something that I want to share with you all. Everybody who's watching right now, even if you've acknowledged yourself, thank you for Pam finally being able to host Thanksgiving dinner. Keenan, are you being funny? Let me see. Thankful for Pam finally being able to host Thanksgiving dinner for our family. We finally moved into a big enough apartment, and boy, was she happy. Yeah, there you go. Progress, progress, progress. And some of us, like for me, I'm 62 years old. Um, we not that we don't want progress as we get older or mature. But sometimes we have a hard time grasping the fact and visioning the possibility of making progress at a later age, at a latter age. For anybody who's watching right now, and if you're struggling with that, oh, I'm too old to make change. I'm too old to pivot. I'm too old to make progress, to get better, to do. But no, 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 no. Listen, I'm 62. Um, the best years, and I was the first pick in the first round in the NFL in 1984. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, doesn't get any much higher than that. I mean, winning a Super Bowl or an MVP of the league or something like that. Yeah. Or a Heisman Trophy, something, but that's a pretty good level to have achieved or obtained. Um, but y'all, that wasn't the best years of my life. Even the 17 years that I played in the NFL, I'm finding out now that those years, those formative years in my life, they weren't the best years of my life. Y'all, the best years of my life have been the last, I'd say the last 5 years of my life have been the best years of my life because I've learned how to relax. I've learned how to love me. I've learned how to accept and adjust to whatever happens around me, accept those things. You hear these in the I forget, it's the prayer that they do when they're trying to stay sober. But anyway, accept the things that I cannot, accept the fact that I cannot change these things. The things I cannot change, I accept them, but change what I can and handle what I can handle. But these last 5 years, and they've probably been, they're not easy years, but my better years have been my latter years. So don't ever think that you can't get better. that things can't get better, that you can't do more, that you can't achieve, that you can't make progress because you're in your 50s or your 60s or even your 70s. Because I don't plan on, staying where I am right now. I plan on achieving more. I plan on going higher. I plan on going further and accomplishing and continuing to improve myself and where I am and where my family is. So please don't ever think, any of you. I see Footy is on the Footy is in the house. What's up, Footy? King Henry played one more game than Barkley. Yeah, you're right. He's got one more game under his belt. Hello, Dawn. How are you? Good to see you, sister. Yes, we're just doing it. Just doing it for you. Just asking a question here. Like I said, I do this podcast. I've been doing it for 2 years now. Uh, God, yeah, it's the serenity prayer. Thank you, Dawn. God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. Yeah, I never went to. I just heard people say that before, so I was making reference to it. But thank you. Those are the correct words because that's the way it's prayed. Yes. But y'all, here's what I learned. And particularly, I think I had a paradigm shift just this week. Had a paradigm shift just this week, and it came this way. Let me tell y'all this story. Keenan, you funny. Let me tell y'all this story, and then we can close this thing out because it's going to take me a few minutes to finish the whole thing. But anyway, so I was listening to WIP this week, as I do quite often, driving down the road, listening to WIP. And they next up was an interview that they had with Nick Sirianni, who is the head coach, for those of you who don't know, the head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. And one of the questions that was being asked, or that was asked, was what they were going to do, because this was like Monday or Tuesday of this past week, or this week, that we're still in, Monday or Tuesday. They were asking Sirianni what's going to happen on Thursday, what's going to happen on Thanksgiving. Are you going to give these guys some time off? Is it going to be an easy day? How do you guys handle Thanksgiving? And Coach Sirianni said exactly what I knew he would say. Thanksgiving is not Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving for everybody else, but we have to stay locked in. We have to stay focused. We have to come in and work. Yeah, we may start a little bit earlier, so we get off a little bit earlier, but we're still going to do the same amount of work. It's not, don't even say he said, don't even say happy Thanksgiving to me until work is done, until the practice is over, till the film study is over, and we're on our way home. Then you can say happy Thanksgiving to me. And that dawned on me. It dawned on me for years, y'all, for years. Jose, what's going on? You remember throwing out Cam Rivershar's first pitch? Yeah, I remember that. Was that to you? What's going on? I'm telling my story. Let me finish my story. So for years, y'all, I struggled. I just couldn't get on the same page, I guess, as other people when it came to the holidays, when it came to birthdays. And it dawned on me, I had a paradigm shift when Nick Sirianni said that, when he said we have to stay locked in, that it's not Thanksgiving. When I thought about it, I'm like, okay, y'all, my birthday happens during football season. The biggest holidays of the year happen during football season. Thanksgiving happens during football season. Christmas happens during football season. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day happens during football season. Those are the biggest celebrations of the year, as far as I'm concerned. And since college, 4 years in college, 17 years in the NFL, never treated those days as special days. My birthday, I'm always practicing, always. It had to football. Thanksgiving, always football. Christmas, always football. It didn't matter. It was Christmas Day. We're practicing. We got to stay locked in. As a matter of fact, we have to lock in even more because of the distraction of the holiday with everybody else. You have to separate yourself from the holiday so you can focus in and get better at doing your job. New Year's Eve, that's football season. So it dawned on me, you know what? That's how I've been, and I've struggled to really just embrace the holidays, my birthday and Thanksgiving. I'm like, why are people doing all this stuff? Why you gotta buy all these gifts and why you gotta go over here and why you gotta do all of that? Because college, 17 years in the pros, I never did all of that. And it's taken me until this week, you all, till this week, 20, 21, 22 years after I retired, after playing football for 21 years, four in college and 17 in the NFL. It's taken me 20 some years now to have a paradigm shift that's going to release me or has released me, at least my mind, so that I can think about holidays differently and embrace them and enjoy them the way everybody else does. Birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I'm going to try to do better within myself in terms because I've always seen holidays as a pain in the neck. I have. I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm just talking to y'all right now. To me, they've just been a pain in the neck because everybody's doing this, got to do that, got to go there, got to spend this money, got to go buy this. It's always been a pain. It's always been a pain in the neck, meaning it always got in the way or was a hindrance or a burden or an addition to what I had to do for my profession, to prepare for football, to play the game. It was something that got in the way. It was something that uh, uh, was a pain because I had to deal with it in addition to what I was already trying to do in terms of focus on football. Did that for 21 years, and here I am, almost 24 years later, after football, just coming to that realization as to why I am the way I am about the holidays. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And you may not think that you may not think that this is something significant. You may say, what in the world is wrong with Irving? But y'all, this is a moment of release. It's a shackle, it's a burden that is dropping off of me because I've never really been able to embrace my birthday. It's been crazy. It really has been. It's always been a burden. Birthday time, holiday times. It's just been to me the way I perceived it, the way I looked at it, the way I interpreted it. It's always been a burden. But now I come to realize why I am the way I am. Now I say all of that to say this. Here's what I'm saying. Durham, what's going on? Happy holidays, Vince Capriati. Okay, y'all coming in the house now, Florence. I don't know if y'all got all of that or not, but here's why I said everything that I just said. Because you cannot let your past, good or bad, mess up your present. You cannot let your past hinder your happiness in your present. Whether your past was good, whether your past was bad, it could be just habits like me. The habits I had about practice and preparing for football during the holidays. So I had to focus on what I had to do for football. And to me, the holidays were a burden. They were a distraction. They were something that could trip me up if I focused on them and allowed that focus to get off football, my focus to get off of football and focus on all this other stuff, preparing for holidays and buying gifts and celebrate my birthday. No, 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 no. None of that. None of that. But now my past, now that I'm retired, 24 years later, 23 years later, it's actually hindering my present. It's keeping me from enjoying places, people, and things. The last couple of years, last few years, I should say, probably 6 or 7 years. The last 6 or 7 years, my wife is taking me to Cancun. We've gone to Cancun. Never went to Cancun before when I was playing ball or before that, or even after I retired. Didn't go on vacations. I'm learning because I was just locked in a box. And the older I get, the better I get. Don't let your past, good, bad, or indifferent, habits, whatever it is you used to do on a frequent basis, don't let your past hinder you from enjoying your presence. Don't let it. Could have been a relationship, could have been a business endeavor, it could have been whatever. but don't carry that with you in your presence. Be open to change. Be open to new things. Be open to uh, shifting and pivoting and allowing new ideas, and new ventures, a new way of thinking to take place so that you can enjoy your life. Man, how much time did I waste the last 20 since I retired? The last okay, I had to be that way when I was playing. All right. So I'll use that as the reason or an excuse, but I had to be that way when I was playing. But what kept me being that way once I retired? It was just the ritual and the habitual goings ons of doing the same thing year in and year out during that time of the year that stuck with me. That wasn't necessarily good. Once I retired, I didn't need to carry that part of that mentality. I didn't need to carry that with me. I needed to let that go so that I can embrace other things that would allow me to enjoy life, that would allow me to enjoy the people around me, that would allow me to enjoy places and other things. But man, I missed out on a whole lot. So I'm running from behind, y'all. I'm trying to catch up now from some of the stuff that I've been missing. Cheryl Williams, she said, preach. I'm not trying to preach. I'm not. I just I feel bad because all this time I've been missing out because I was so locked into a regiment and a certain way of doing things and a certain mentality based on the sport that I was in, that y'all know this time of the year is when the biggest holidays come in. Thanksgiving, we just got finished celebrating Thanksgiving on yesterday. Christmas is coming up, and then New Year's. This is the rollout. This is the the crescendo of the year as we get towards the latter part of the year. Easter is a big day as well, but it's not celebrated like Thanksgiving. Not quite celebrated like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. So during that time, those holidays was always during football season. I was always locked in, and I never. And my birthday's in September, and I never even particularly my birthday because that's the early part of the season. That's really locked in. You're really locked in. So I never really enjoyed my birthday or took the time to enjoy my birthday, and I really have a hard time even now when my wife wants to celebrate my birthday or someone else wants to celebrate my birthday. Yeah, I just want to sit home. I want to sit home, be left alone on my birthday. That's what I say. It's crazy. I'm stupid. I just want to sit home and be left alone. My 50th birthday. You know what I did on my 50th birthday? I sat at home and watched golf all day. That's what I did. I did not, and 50 is a big number. I'm 62 now. But 50 is people celebrate 50 like they get ready to die at 51. But 50 is a big number. And I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't see anybody all day on my 50th birthday because I was still in that frame of mind, that mentality where holidays, I was just conditioned that way by then. That holidays and birthdays weren't a big deal. Just weren't a big deal. And they are. We should celebrate. We should have a good time. And like I said, I had a paradigm shift just the other day, which to me is crazy. Crazy that it took me this long, to understand what was going on inside of me. Because my wife and I, sometimes we can be on two different ends of the spectrum. She's celebrating. I'm like, what? Buying gifts. I'm like, buying all them gifts for what? We're gonna celebrate birthday for what? That's how I've been all my life until just recently, y'all. So, man, don't allow. And I'm not preaching. I'm telling you what I know from what I've experienced. I've been in bondage with regard to that for the last 20 years, 23 years. I've been in bondage to that. I'm free now. And I got some catching up to do. I got to catch up, make up for some of these birthdays and holidays. And who's just texting me? Somebody texting me. Birthdays and holidays and Christmases and all that. So y'all can send me all the gifts you want. If last 20 years, if you didn't send me a gift, send me gifts. Send me 20 gifts. All right. Well, actually, it's been 20. I've been retired now for 24 years. So for the last 24 years, if you didn't send me a gift or you didn't tell me happy birthday, or send me a birthday gift, or you didn't cook me any food for Thanksgiving, or if you didn't send me any gifts for Christmas, I got a bunch. Listen, all of y'all got to make up for 24 birthdays, got to make up for 24 Thanksgivings, and you got to make up for 24 uh, Christmases. All right. So I'll be waiting for you all to send your stuff. I love getting packages. I'm not going to give you my address. If you don't have my address already, then hit me up on my phone. I'll send you my address and you can send me a gift for all the birthdays that you missed and all the Christmases that you missed. All right. Hickman, what's going on? It's never too late to start living. You're right. And listen, I'm going to throw that up there. That's right. And that's just, it's not that I haven't been living and I'm not, you're right. It's just I've been missing out in certain areas. I've been missing out because of how I was conditioned based on what I experienced in the past. And a lot of us have been conditioned because of our experiences in certain ways that we're still locked into, and it's keeping us from enjoying our present because of what we did in our past, because of what we experienced in our past, because of what we got used to in our past. And understand this, those years for me were my formative years in my life, from the time I went to college at 17 years old until the time I retired from the NFL at 37 years old. That was 20, 21 years, 38 years old. 21 years. Those are the formative years of us, for us as human beings, from 17 to 30, mid 30s, late 30s. Those are when we form and develop who we're going to be for the rest of our lives. And now, because of that, not that it was a bad thing, but yeah, I have to learn, I have to accept that that was then, and now develop some new habits, shift, pivot, and learn how to get rid of what was created in my formative years, which is hard, y'all, because it's in my DNA. Not my DNA, but it's in my mentality. It's the way I think. It's been developed in me. It's been ingrained in me. It's habitual. I do it effortlessly, automatically. So now I have to break a habit that was formed over the course of 21 years. Not going to be easy, but with the help of the Lord, and again, some common sense, recognizing, having a paradigm shift, being given additional information about my situation. Now I can use that information to help me move forward, to break those chains that are holding me back in that space in my life and move forward and enjoy life in that space, with regards to like when I'm talking about Thanksgiving and the holidays and birthdays, which are times when there's celebratory times. There's celebratory times. I used to say, why we celebrate birthdays? Everybody was born. So what's the big deal? Everybody was born. Oh, yes, sir, Keenan. I see you. And you're right. Show Williams, I see you. Marilyn Johnson Hickman in the house. Dawn is still in the house. Florence is in the house. It's only 6:35. Well, listen, I'm going to take another commercial. I'll be right back after this. Y'all don't go anywhere because I want you to make comments. I want you to tell me in this Thanksgiving season, 2024, I want you to tell me what you're thankful for. All right. This is the special edition fireplace where the people get to share what they're thankful for. So please don't go anywhere. I don't know where you're sitting. I don't know where you are. The hardest step is making a change in the first, and yep, that's right. The hardest step in making a change is the first step. You're right. And people don't like change, particularly as we get older. As we get older, we don't like change. But y'all, listen, I'm getting change on you right quick. Yeah, play this commercial, and y'all hold out and hold on until we come back. We're back right after this. Hey, I'm back. Listen, Stole for Structure. I had my brother-in-law. He saw this reed laying on the counter in the house, and he said, "What is this?" And I was telling him that it's one of my commercial reads, and it's about Stole for Structures, a place that does outdoor living products, build structures. You can find them on mysheds.com. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know about that." I say, "Because you don't watch the fireplace. If you watch the fireplace, you'll see it, you'll hear it, and you'll know." He got a shed and he missed out on the savings. Stolford Structures. Stolford Structures is a 49-year-old family business. Stolford Structures is a store or storage shed and garage company located in the heart of the Amish company. They ship structures nationwide, and you can find them. You can check them out on mysheds.com. They strive to be the undisputed choice of modular garages, sheds, and outdoor living products in the United States by or while furthering the kingdom of God. Stonefish Structures is known for their fast delivery, great quality, and great client service. So if you're looking for a garage or a shed or any kind of outdoor living product, Stonefish Structures is the way to go. You can check them out. You can find them on mysheds.com. And if you mention the Fryer Place or you mention the name Irving Fryar, you get 10% off whatever you purchase. Whatever you purchase, 10% off. So we're back. Show Williams, change takes us out of our comfort zone. Some people don't like that. I am people. Yeah. Yep. Some people don't like that. She says, I am people. So she don't like wasted a lot of time. Thank you, God, for being a redeemer of time. Yes, Show Williams. You're preaching. You put preach up there. You're the one that's preaching. God is a redeemer of time. He is. He doesn't rewind time, but he'll give it back to us what we've lost. And he'll do it in due time. And he'll do it automatically in quick time because he holds time in his hand. So, yeah, I'm not concerned about it. I'm actually looking forward to what God has uh, for me in the coming years and how things have come to light. It's great when light comes on, isn't it? So, y'all tell me, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? I personally, again, I mentioned earlier about, just we should be mindful and thankful and appreciative on an everyday basis about things that, not that we take for granted, but things that come somewhat automatic and we kind of, think that that's the way it's supposed to be when it comes to, clothes and food and transportation and roof over our heads, warmth, hot water. We kind of take that stuff. We kind of think sometimes that's supposed to come automatic. I remember when our hot water tank went out. We didn't have hot water for a few days, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you really need to have hot water. You really need to have hot water in order to, clean the things you need to clean and keep yourself clean, and do the things you need to do, on a daily basis in living. Hot water is a big part of that, and if you don't have hot water, ooh, that's you're reminded. You're reminded real quick. So not just things like that, but I thank God again, like most of us, for family. Some people don't thank God for the family because family crazy. All of us have crazy family members. We do. Um, but they're our family. We don't get to choose them. They are who they are in our bloodline, and we are who we are in that bloodline. So um, we should. One of the things that bothers me, to no end, is when I see family members treating other family members like their family is the enemy, and that really, uh that bothers me. And oftentimes it's not because of something major that has happened. Oftentimes it's because of something that was said, and it was something that was said years ago, and they're holding a grudge or unforgiveness for 5, 6, 10 years, not speaking to a family member, because of something that was said. Just I mean, that's ridiculous, is what I was going to say. Unforgivable. It's not unforgivable, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to hold on to a grudge particularly with a family member for years. Marilyn Johnson Hickman says, thankful for life. I lost too many family members between November and January. Um, yeah, I mean, that is a reality. Death is a reality that we all, and I don't want to start doing a eulogy or start preaching, but y'all, death is a reality that is certain for every last single one of us. If I mean, you could even say that we're all on death row. We're all on death row. Uh, we've all had people, um, pass away that we've known close to us, family members, um, acquaintances, and yeah, as we get older, um, our time gets shorter. And that's one of the reasons why we need to try to get ourselves together. If we I mean, we'll never be able to get ourselves together, um or get right enough to go stand before a holy God. That's why we needed Jesus to die for us, because he was the perfect sacrifice. We'll never be able to be perfect, but we can work on ourselves. We can work on ourselves. And like what I was saying a few minutes ago about family, treating family like the enemy, it's things like that that we really need to clean up in our lives. Why? Because you just don't know when. You don't know when. There's a date. You have a date, a dead date on your life, a date that you're going to die. You don't know when that is. It could be later on today. It could be tomorrow. It could be when you're 100 years old. None of us know. The only one that knows is God. But y'all, because you don't know, that's all the more reason to live the best that you can live, to do the best that you can do, because you just don't know when you won't be able to live anymore. You don't know when you won't be able to do anymore. That day, that hour, that moment could come at any time. So yes, thankful for life. Thankful. I am thankful for life, and not only just life, but I'm thankful for good health. So many people who are not healthy, who have to take, medicines and stay in the doctor's office, people who have diseases and who cannot live normal lives. That's because of the sin that's in the world. Those kinds of things happen. But if you're someone who has a reasonable portion of health, particularly if you're older, Man, you ought to be thanking God. You ought to be thanking God, and you ought to be doing everything that you can do to enhance the kingdom of God. You ought to be doing everything that you can do to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, because you're one of the few. You're one of the few. Why do you think the pharmaceuticals is so not, I'm going to say expensive. They are expensive. So successful. Why do you think pharmaceuticals are so successful? Why they have so much money? Why they pretty much run this country? Because particularly those of us in this country, the food we eat and the things we put into our bodies are not healthy, and we're destroying ourselves. And doctors practice medicine, put us on medicine, put people on medicine, and here we go. That's when the cycle begins, because you got to take this because of that, and then you got to take that because of this, and then you got to take this and that because of that and this, and it's just a never-ending cycle. Once they hook you, once they hook you. So just life and health and strength, yeah, in your right mind. Hello, listen. Oh my gosh, I should not be. Listen to me. Listen to me. That's one of the things that I'm thankful for, that I can talk to you and make sense, that I can talk to you and I'm not slobbering on myself. Why? I'm not saying that to make fun of anybody or to demean anybody or to talk down about anybody. I'm saying that because of what I've been through, what has happened in my life. Not only drugs and doing crazy stuff when I was younger, crazy stuff when I was younger, but I've been through 21 years of football, high level football, where you're getting hit in the head and you have concussions and people get hurt, and there's long-term effects because of that. Many, many, many retired football players can't take care of themselves, who are younger than me, can't function properly, can't walk without a walker, can't think for themselves, can't speak without a slurred speech. God has taken care of. They said God takes care of babies and fools. I guess I was a fool, because I surely wasn't a baby. I was a fool, straight fool. But thank God for a right mind. And I still think stupid. I still have stupid thoughts. Yep. But I thank God for, mm, I don't know about you, but when I think about it, good gracious, where I could have been, where I should have been. James Monsanto. Why do the Cowboys fans think they can win it all? Well, I'm not trying to talk sports yet. I'm gonna come on tomorrow. Listen, I'll be on Instagram tomorrow with Bird's Insight with Irving on IG. I'm going to do that tomorrow, probably around 6 o'clock tomorrow. So you can check me out on Instagram tomorrow. We'll talk birds, James. Then I'm going to give you my insight about the birds. Bird's Insight on IG. I do that. I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it on Thursdays, but it's the days are just kind of getting jacked up with other responsibilities. So tomorrow I'll be on tomorrow on my IG page. Around 6 o'clock. Look for me then, and we'll talk birds then. He said, "What's up, Irv? Hey, how you doing, bro?" He said, "I had to." Good evening, Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, I'm going to get off the serious stuff. See, I wanted to come on. I came on here to ask all of you what you're thankful for in this Thanksgiving season. You know, now that you've had Thanksgiving and you had a chance to eat and burp and shower and wash and get up the next day, and most of us had the day off today. Most of you had the day off today because it's a long weekend on Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving weekend. So I wanted to know what you're thankful for. Footy says, I'm just thankful for life after battling prostate cancer. You look at life differently. I guess you do, brother. Yes, you do. And God bless you. God bless you. I can't even fathom, but obviously you have a measure of determination. You have the ability to stick with it. You have the strength to persevere, and and that's cool. That is great. Triumph. But those battles, y'all, those are the things that build our character. Those are the things that increase our faith. the struggles and the strains and the situations that pop up in our lives where we don't know what to do other than call on God. And we call on God, and guess what God does? Good God Almighty. He comes through. He comes through in spite of life, in spite of doctors, in spite of the devil, in spite of our own selves. God still sees us through. Hmm. Sure, Williams. I thank for the sane ones and the crazy ones too, holding a grudge. Crazy. Can't imagine not speaking to my sister. Right. I know people that have gone years not speaking to family, and it break. That's what it is. That's it. You feel what I'm feeling. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know people right now who have, because of somebody said, because of something somebody said 10 years ago, 10 years ago, which is ridiculous. And here's the mindset. Here's my mindset. I'm because I'm old school. I'm just gonna give it to you from old school. One of the people. There's several of these going on in my family, my extended family and immediate family. There's several situations that are similar. But in one instance, um, the person who said it is an elder, like a grandparent, great grandparent, said it to a grandchild, great grandchild. And the grandchild, great grandchild, not speaking to the grandparent, grandparent. Huh? It don't listen. It don't matter what it. My grandparents are gone. My grandmother. Matter of fact, I was at my mom's house the other day, and she had a picture of my grandmother and my great grandmother and great grandfather in the same picture. And I asked her for it. She said I could take it then, but I didn't want to take it from her then. But if my grandmother said something to me, it don't matter what she said to me. I, I'm what? I better not speak to. What do you mean? How do you not? Man, that's just crazy. That's crazy. That's my grandmother or my great grandmother or grandfather. They can say whatever they wanted to say to me, and I better shut up and like it. It didn't matter, really. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's something that bothers me because it's happening in my own family. That where family members are treating one another like enemies, which and it's over stupid stuff. Come on, y'all. We should be better. There's some bigger fish that we need to be frying, bigger fish that we need to be catching, bigger fish that we need to be dealing with, other than holding grudges for years because of something not something they did, because they said something that you didn't like. That was probably true, and that's why you didn't like it because it bothered you because they're telling you the truth. Lord have mercy. Smash that like button. SP says smash the like button, y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Yeah. Hit that like button. Thank you. Uh-huh. Ruthie Burton. Amen. Let it go. Amen. Let it go. Are you saying amen, let it go because I'm spilling my guts now? Or are you saying amen, let it go like I was talking about earlier about not allowing your past, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever it is, experiences, relationships, whatever it is, just don't let things that may have happened in your past that may have come habitual or ritualistic or routines or whatever you want to call it. They've been ingrained into your mind or into your way of doing things. If they're going to hinder your presence, then you need to recognize it or try to recognize it right now and not carry that into your present so you can enjoy your present. Not everything we did in our past that may have been good at that time for us in our past, not all of that stuff needs to be rehearsed and brought into the present. Hmm. Oh, you in agreement with me? Okay. All right. No, he said no, in agreement with you. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. That's been an hour. Y'all, I appreciate all of you. Listen, next week I have again my former teammate Trey Thomas, offensive tackle, former Eagle, all Pro Bowler, great, great, great brother. Big. I'm gonna have to have the camera set back a little bit farther because he's huge. He's huge. He's tall. Uh, great insight. We're gonna talk about him and his days in the pros, and we're gonna talk about the Birds next week. Prayerfully, we'll be on the upbeat after they beat the Ravens in a couple of days. but this will be the biggest test that the Eagles have this year. It'll be a duel of the duos. Yeah, a duel of the duos, and that's the duos of the quarterback and the running back, Lamar Jackson, King Henry, Derrick Henry, and Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. It doesn't get any better than this. The only way it will get better than this is if they were playing either in the playoffs or they were playing each other in the Super Bowl. And we could be seeing a rematch of this very game in the Super Bowl in February. We could be. Could be. You never know. Yep, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, y'all. I'll be there. I'm going to the game. I'll be down there. Y'all look for me up in the stands, see if you can find me. I'll be the one with Eagles gear on. I'll be the one with Eagles gear on. Yeah. I appreciate you, Footy. Um, Listen, I just wanted to get on and share. That was something that was I found out about me, and I was really surprised. I'm like, wow, I've been not jacked up, but I've been missing out the last 23, 24 years where I could have enjoyed myself and have been freer than I was. Particularly, oh my goodness, particularly, particularly during the holidays and particularly during my birthdays. But because of the past and the way things were and how things were done, I got conditioned in my formative years. I got conditioned into thinking this way. And I stayed this way up until a few days ago. Talked to my wife about it, told him, like, listen, this is what I found out. It's been revealed to me. It's like the lights came on. I know why I'm like this now. Now I can work on it. Now I can work on it. All right. You go. No, Cheryl will be at the Cigar Code. Listen now, we changed from the first Friday of every month because I think Saturdays we get a better turnout. I think Saturdays is easier for the in-person crowd to get there and to hang out a little bit afterwards. You know, Fridays you're just getting off of work and you're getting ready for Saturday. Saturday, most people chilling on Saturdays and aren't really doing much on Sunday. So we changed the day from Fridays, the first Friday of every month at the Cigar Code, to the first Saturday of every month. And then the rest of the month, we're doing the show in studio. Normally, I'm in the studio. The second, third, and fourth Fridays of the month are in studio on Fridays from 6 to 7. Okay? You got that? So the second, third, and fourth week of the month, second, third, fourth, and if there's a fifth one, Fridays of the month, we're in studio on Fridays. All right? On Fridays from 6 to 7. The first Saturday of every month, which will be this coming Saturday, not tomorrow. What's today? Yeah, not tomorrow, but next week, next Saturday, it'll be December 7th, will be at the Cigar Code, first Saturday of the month, live with a live guest. All right. So December 7th, Cheryl. Yep. Friday at the Cigar Code. He said, "I'll travel with you, Rev. New Orleans has some good food. Yeah, it does. I am going to New Orleans regardless. I'll be there, Keenan. Let me know what's up. What game am I going to? I'm going to the Ravens games. Yeah, I'm going to the Ravens game. That's this Sunday. And what's today? Saturday, Sunday. So in 2 days, be traveling down to the Ravens game. Yep. Oh, you'll be able to find me. I'm the one with the Eagles gear on. Yeah. And I'll also be the one leaving at the end of the third quarter. I'll stay for the whole game. I'll get out of there before all that traffic. I can't do traffic. Yeah, I've been I've been redeemed in terms of time that I lost with birthdays and holidays, but that whole patience thing and traffic and whatnot, nah, that's not going to change with me. I'm not even looking trying to be loosed from that. Leaving early, getting out of traffic. Nope. Ravens over the Eagles. You know what? You're just a hater, Richard. Y'all, that's Richard Melton. He's my cousin. He's a Bills fan. Y'all see him on they said Ravens over the Eagles. I'm not even going to put that on the screen. Let's not forget Jalen hasn't proven he can win at that level. What level? Jalen went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. What do you mean he proved he couldn't win at that level? He went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Duh. How many Super Bowls has Lamar Jackson been in? Help me out, somebody. Richard. Oh, you laughing at me. Yes, he did lose, but he got there. Has Lamar Jackson gotten there? Matter of fact, has Josh Allen gotten there? Mm, yeah. I'll wait for your comment before I go. It's 7:02. I'll wait. I will wait for your Texas behind. You down in Texas. I'll wait for your Texas behind. Aren't you in, where you at? Houston? You should move to Buffalo. Nada. Nada. That's right. That's right, Keenan. Nada. Keenan answered it for you. Happy Thanksgiving, Hope. That's my sister. She's on. Okay, you got me. I got you. Yeah. Don't come here talking junk and you got nothing to back it up with. Got nothing to back it up with. Yeah, you're in Houston. Okay. You get up in the cold somewhere because your brain's getting fried down in Houston. You're too hot. I love you, bro. Listen, I'm out of here, y'all. Listen, again, don't allow something from your past that has become a habit, a way of life, a developed mindset over time because it took place reoccurringly, reoccurringly in your in your developmental years. Don't allow something like that to mess up what you're doing or what you need to do or your happiness or your progress in the present. Don't allow it. Just because it was good for you and proper and appropriate and necessary in your past, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the same way necessary, appropriate, or beneficial to you in your present. Examine that, examine it, and look at it. And if you need to make a change, don't make the change. Why? So you can live a fruitful life, so you can be happy. It's important to be happy. It is. Mind has it's mind over matter. If you're happy and you have joy, it doesn't matter what goes on. It doesn't matter what happens around you because stuff happens around us all the time. It's how you interpret it, it's how you perceive it, it's how you respond to it. It's the mindset that you take on as you deal with it that makes the difference, that determines the outcome and also determines your countenance while you navigate through it, So don't allow the past, whatever it may be, to hinder your presence. All right, that was his doctrine. Who? My doctrine? What's his doctrine? And you want my doctrine? My doctrine is I have a THD in theology, okay, from the South Florida, not South Florida, North Carolina Bible College Theological Seminary, and I have a PhD in philosophy and theology in the South North Carolina Theological Seminary. Yeah, they sound like two of the same. They sound like the same school, but they're two different schools. So my doctorate, I have two doctorates, and they're both in biblical studies. You could say one's in theology and one's in philosophy and theology. All right. Thanks for being on, Karen. Yeah. She said, what's his doctorate? Oh, why he a doctor? I'm sorry. I should be a doctor. Why he a doctor? What's a doctor then? Gene Klein, happy Thanksgiving from Coach Klein. Hey, what's going on? How are you, Coach? God bless you. Thanks for being on today. I'm getting ready to get off right now. It's time for me to go. I don't hold my followers on very long, or I hold them on an hour. But after that, they start leaving because none of us want to be, you know, entertained that long. I heard that new movie. What's it called? Wicked. I think that's like 2.5 hours or something like that. I'm not going to see that. That's crazy. All right, y'all. Listen, we'll be back next week. Actually, Saturday, the 7th, December 7th, live at the Cigar Code, 939 North Delaware Avenue. My guest will be none other than Trey Thomas, my former teammate, former tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, all pro, life, lifeology. You wouldn't understand. Okay. I wouldn't understand. Okay. Lifeology. Check us out next week, next Saturday. Peace and love to you too, Keenan, with Trey Thomas. Listen, treat yourself kind, and treat others kind because you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. What you put out is definitely going to come back to you. All right. We'll see you next week here at the fireplace where the conversations are fire, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to go to YouTube, search the fireplace, Fryar, right there. Yeah, and subscribe. Like, make sure you comment next time you see us. Yes, 6 p.m. Cheryl Williams. Yes. Ruthie Burton, God bless you. Not for you, doctor. It wasn't for me? Okay. Not for me. All right. My bad. Yeah, 6 p.m., Cheryl. Did I not say 6? Okay, yeah, 6 p.m. All the shows start at 6. 6 p.m. next week, Saturday, December 7th, Cigar Code, live guests, live audience. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.